Oh. Okay, so morning. We today we had already asked Christine on the last call to share her virtual party world to us, and as I was sitting here with Amy and Jamie, Amy was putting together her virtual party host packets, so I thought that would be great to have her go through and share with us what's in her virtual party host packets. And then last night, a video came across from Kristen Waranga about Facebook jail that had some great tips in it. And I think it's like 6 minutes, 5 or 6 minutes long. So I thought that would be a great use of our time to wrap up our call with that. So if everyone is good on that, we'll go ahead and Christine, we'll get you to kick us off and
all right,
your questions, and we'll get her to answer questions at the end. So does everyone hear us okay? We're all good? All right, great. Okay, Christine, it's all yours.
All righty. So I know we were talking about pre-party engagement posts, trying to see what was going on there. Let me just pull up my party. This is a party that just ended yesterday. So it's my November outline. And this was a $1,400 party. So this was actually a mega party. I combined it with another person. The other person, the host, was pretty much non-existent. She played a couple games and that was it. But the other host was off the charts, interactive. It was a guy too. He did his own thank yous, just made his own post up and everything. And the other host literally had 0 sales. So you'll see the difference. So in the beginning, I like to put 3 posts in my party. Basically, it's the cover photo, which has the ordering information in the description. You also have the guest special that I share. Just tell them, you know, excited to join the party. I give them the catalog link, and then I give them my number to reach me if they need me other than Facebook, and I let them know what the guest special is. Here's the cover photo. That's basically just tell them to click the pic, and then over here I have all the information about how to order regarding whatever host that you have. The next one is the actual ordering link. So that one doesn't show up on your recent group photos. You actually have to go to the party, and I make that the announcement. So it does pin it to the top. And when it's a mega party, I put the catalog link as the picture. So that way they don't get confused if there's more than one host. But if there's only one host, then it's going to be that host ordering link that shows up. And it basically, basic information, mostly everyone does this, I think, you know, tells them how to order, when's it going to close, shipping, if you have it shipped to the host, if you don't, have it shipped to themselves, anything like that. Let me go back here. Then I don't start any post until Saturday. So between Thursday and Saturday morning, my host is focusing on adding their people. And they'll be in the host group already, so I'll remind them, you know, make sure you keep adding people. I give them videos on how to go on the computer, how to go on the Facebook and add them. So all that's going on those 2 days before the party, the pre-party posts. When the pre-party posts start, I start with how does the Facebook party work? I give them a little bit of information. And then I also give them the tickets, about my tickets, how they can earn them. I put that out there. I also will give them, excuse me, in the afternoon, I'll give them the early bird special post. Basically just letting them know before they, you know, Monday comes, they can place an order and they'll get extra tickets. And then the third one is always a fun one. It's on Saturday night, usually around dinner time. So for this one, since we're in the pie season, I did a post about pie. Which pie is your favorite? Just told them to pick which one. They get tickets for that also. Then on Sunday, what I like to do is I like to give them my intro. So I do my pic collage like everyone does, give them my why, my story. I'll start that off in the morning. And then I go into the roll call. basically, you know, where are you from? How do you know your hosts? Some items on your wish list, you know, what's your favorite product, things like that. The next one I give is a recruiting one. I'm sorry, no, not a recruiting one. Adding friends and family. I give them tickets for adding anybody to the party, but I put in there that they must participate. And participating, I mean by either placing an order or interacting somewhere on the game where they've earned tickets. So if they just add somebody to the party and they happen to join but don't do anything all week or place an order, they're not getting tickets for that. So, and I've had people ask me about that, and they'll send me lists of actual people's names that they've added to the party. And I'm like, that's great, but only so-and-so, you know, ordered, or so-and-so participated. None of these other people are really in the party. So thank yous are going on usually at this time for the early bird specials. The next one I do is a recruiting one. Basically, I just choose a Pampered Chef photo from Marketing Imagery. And I want to say this might be wording from one of Janine's posts or a combination of mine and somebody else's, whatever, you know, works. I'll try to switch it up a little bit every month or every other month. Basically tell them if you love Pampered Chef products and want to earn real money, we have the perfect job. Watch what we do together in the next couple of days. Increase your income without leaving your home. You choose to meet new people, make friendships. You know, I tell them about all expense vacations, you know, never miss another game or special event with your children because you make your own schedule. This sounds good. We would love to have you, you know, join our growing team and reach whatever goals that you have. So I kind of personalize it to them and kind of paint a little picture for them that they can put themselves in here, thinking that it's not just for certain kinds of people. And then the last post on Sunday is a reminder about the guest special, reminder about putting an order in for early bird tickets, and the host special, just showing them what their host can get. This post I make myself usually. And then I also remind them of the ordering links and let them know the party's going to get started on Monday morning. And then on Monday, I'm just going to flip this over for a minute just so I can explain to you before I start talking. Come on. Doesn't want to rotate. There we go. So on Monday to Friday through the whole week of the party, what I like to do is I like to give them a guessing game, except on Friday. Excuse me. And I'll tell you my reason why. So Monday to Thursday and then Saturday morning, I give them a guessing game. I find that guessing games are the most interactive for them. I've tried other games, like we've all tried those Jeopardy games or like Family Feud or, you know, just different things that are out there. I've tried them and I just find that I get the most interaction with the guessing games. People tend to just gravitate towards them. And when I stop using them, most of the time people will say like the interaction will just kind of like really wean off. I notice a drop right away. So I've stopped using those. But on Friday, what I like to do is I like to do an interactive game that keeps them commenting throughout the day. So the one that I like to use is name the food. So you get the letter of the last name of the food that was used, and then it starts the next word of the food item. So this way, people are interacting, and they're interacting multiple times throughout the day, and it keeps bringing the post up, but it's also letting other people see that, hey, there's interaction in this party. So I actually have a lot of people see that post who have not participated all week, and then all of a sudden I'll see them participating in that game on Friday. So for me, I find that that's the best placement for that is for Friday, because I do double tickets on Friday. So I'll do that on Friday. It'll get the interaction up, and then hopefully get the ordering link out to everybody so that they see that and they'll place their order. Let me just turn my screen around. And I'll go back here. All right, so I guess it is. All right, so Monday. So like Monday, I start off with a game like this. Give them tickets to tell them how many tickets, you know, 1 guest per person, 2 if you've already placed an order. And then I mostly give recipes and product information, I'll try to focus on a certain recipe for a day, and then I'll focus on those products. And it could be the quick cooker one day, it'll be Rock Crocs another day, it'll be, let's see what else. The blender is another day. I'll try to do stoneware in there. For the holiday now, I've tried to kind of break it up a little bit. So I'm giving them maybe a recipe or two with like certain particular products like the blender or the Rock Rock. And then some of the other days, what I'm doing is I'm sprinkling in all the new products, gift ideas, especially with the holiday coming. So that was the Rock Rock that day. I'll show them some other uses for that product that they might not think of, like a beverage for the Rock Rock. Let's see here. That is a game at the end of the day. I usually do a fun interactive game, not like a game per se where it's a guessing game, but something fun, like what do you love most about the fall? You know, what's your favorite fall activity? Things like that. And then that was the game winner for the post for the day. One thing about, especially this post, I don't know if anyone has used Canva for their, SynShare for their interactive posts. I'm going to show you where to go for that. And sometimes I'll see something in there that I like, but I might not necessarily like the picture or maybe the way they've worded it, so I'll make my own. So you can even just go there for inspiration to see if something catches your eye. So you're going to go into SynShare, and you're going to be on the left-hand side where all the icons are. It's going to be the fourth one, which is Manage Posts. And then you're going to go to the graphics at the very top. And the second one will say Engagement Posts. And then these are tons of different interactive posts that you can use. And you can even specify, like say you're looking for something maybe just for the summer. Type in summer, and it'll give you all the ones that have to do with summer. If you're looking for, you know, we'll say fall, you can do that. They'll have ones with food. You can pull up ones with food. And like I said, if a picture doesn't like, you know, you don't like a certain wording or picture, you can always make your own. But there's tons of ideas in here. And some of the times I'll just use one myself if I can't come up with anything or I can't find anything. So that's a great place to go. I do on Tuesday night, I talk about the kits just to get them prepared for Wednesday's opportunity event. So I've turned it into a game. I'll put the pictures there, the amounts, and I'll let them know, you know, about the peek behind the apron, PC Your Way. They can earn tickets. Give them the link, and then I'll say for 10 tickets, you know, which kit would you choose if you were to choose one? So that usually gets some interaction. And then plus it gets that information out to people. So maybe they're not necessarily playing that game, but they're seeing the post and they're seeing the information. On Wednesday is when I like to post about my bookings. So for my host, what I like to do is I like to give them a reward if they book 3 or more parties. And what my prize is they'll get a seasoning or a rub at each of those parties when they're booked or when they have them at their friend's party when they qualify. But they have to have 3 or more parties booked from there. So I'll put that in on Wednesday. Wednesday, I also give them another reminder about the opportunity event. I'll do a post for that. Let's see here. Thursday's a regular day. Friday is double tickets. Again, here's my game that I talked about, you know, name a food with the last letter of the one before. And I'll try to change up my picture just for the season. That's a lot of fun. You'll usually get a handful of people who really enjoy that game, and it'll be like the same 5 people commenting over and over again. Double Fun Friday is the double tickets. I do this post right after the game to let them know. And let's see, I also, on Friday, I like to remind them again about bookings. Let them know that, they can get free, half off discounts, kind of show them what the different host specials are for the upcoming months. And let's see here. Saturday, I go back to my guessing game. I also do, what else do I do? Oh, the survey. The survey I put out on Wednesday. I put the survey, I'm sorry, Thursday. Thursday, I put the survey out. I'll let them know they can win any of these prizes if they fill the survey out for the drawing. And like I told you before, I was having some issues with Google Forms, so I also added a SurveyMonkey link. So I found that I had about maybe 15 people in the last 2 weeks use the SurveyMonkey form survey. So just think, those are 15 people I would have missed because they wouldn't have been able to access the Google form.
Now, are you still having trouble with the Google form?
I haven't had anyone comment or post to me, Jamie,
Okay.
but I still put the survey one in there just in case anyone's having trouble. So just to cover my bases. I figure it can't hurt, so.
Christine,
Yes.
I was thinking about changing the survey. I do my party format pretty much like you. Like I dissected one of your parties earlier this year. So that's why I kind of run mine like yours. But I've found that when I post the survey on Thursday, I get a lot of people who are like, yeah, I'd like to check out your virtual opportunity event. Why not add me? So I thought about moving the survey to Wednesday. So if they want to join that night, I can join them rather than wait a week. Have you thought about changing or?
I did have it earlier in the week. I used to have it on Wednesdays. And then I just found it was too much for me to handle because I was dealing with the opportunity event on Wednesday already and just trying to get into all the surveys to see and then trying to message people in time for the opportunity event. For me, it was just chaotic. I just found it was overwhelming. So then I figured, you know what? This way I'll put it the next day, and if I need to get them in for the following week, I can do that. Or if they're really interested, I put them in the one from the night before, and they can just look at the information. So that was my thinking. But like again, that's what works for me. So Saturday, I also showed this survey again. So not only do I do it on Thursday, but I do it again on Saturday. Let me see if I can find it. Let's see here. I lost it somewhere. Here we go. So this is the second time I did it. And then what I'll do is somewhere between Saturday night and Sunday morning, I will put in there who has actually filled it out. So I'll say, so far we have so-and-so, so-and-so, and tag them, entered into our survey for tomorrow night. Who else will be joining them? So this way it lets them know that if their name's not there, I don't have them listed. And they'll say to me, oh, well, I did it. Didn't you get mine? Or something like that. And then I'll be like, okay, no, I'm sorry. You'll need to submit it again. That way it kind of lets them know. Sunday, I kind of do like a wrap up on Sunday. I don't overwhelm them too much. I wanted to just kind of give them reminders. So I'll start off with the guest special again, just reminding them, here's the guest special. This is what you can get. I'll remind them that it's the last day to order. I'll give them some, basic information, the link and stuff like that. I do a booking post again, just letting them know what the host specials are for the upcoming months. And then this is the post I'll also put on there. I'll let them know who has booked a party so far. So I will say to them, so far we have so-and-so and so-and-so scheduled for fun parties. We only need one more in order to have our future host drawing. Who else wants in or who wants to join them? Something like that. And sometimes that'll get somebody or two. And then I also talk about any kind of specials. So like the cinnamon and the vanilla extract, I brought that in on Sunday to let them know. Anything on sale, I'll let them know also. So like we have I don't know if I put it, I don't think I put it on that one. Since it was the holiday season, I added the cinnamon and vanilla extract. But if it wasn't a holiday season, I would put any sale items in there. So like last month, I had all the Disney products in there for sale to let them know. I do a recruiting post again, just letting them know, this is available. If they're interested, they can send me a PM. They can, message me, whatever they want. I can answer any of their questions. Let's see. I let them know, again, I remind them that it's the last day. Here's the ordering links. Get your orders in by this time so that you make it for the prize drawing. I talk about my VIP group. Sometimes I'll switch it up. Sometimes I'll do my VIP group. Sometimes I'll do my business page just to kind of not overwhelm them. So this one was my VIP group. So in order for them to kind of like, brush by this, I add a recipe here. So I'll talk about my VIP group and I'll give them extra tickets to join. But then I'm also throwing in there, like, here's a Thanksgiving dish. And I'll give them a link to my website with the recipe. And it'll be something pertinent to whatever the season is. I wrap it up with just a thank you, letting them know when we're going to end the party. So this was kind of on purpose. So with the Enrichables, we've talked, we've heard home office talk about, we really need to get this out in front of people, and we really have to do it multiple times before it kind of gets in their head. I don't know about anybody else, but I actually just sold my first Enrichable combo packet like last week. So that was it. The first and only one I've done so far. But I have been putting this picture in as my thanks for a great party for the last 2 months. So again, I don't know if that has anything to do with it, but I'm just throwing it out there and just reminding them again without actually talking about it. Let's see here. And then I usually let a couple hours go by. So my last post for the party will be around 4:30, 5 o'clock. And then I've been ending my parties with winners around 8 o'clock. I used to do it at 7, but for me, it was just too hectic with my family, with bath time and dinner and everything. So I kind of pushed it to 8 o'clock. That seems to work out better for me. So I do it that late. Post the winners. I give Monday all day for my host and anybody else to place an order in case they forgot or they wanted to change anything. I give my host all day Monday, and then usually I ask them by Monday night to put their host order in. If they don't, then, case by case scenario, I'll give them another day or two, depending on what their situation is. So, but that's pretty much it in a nutshell.
Christine, how many posts do you average per day?
I do scheduled posts. I do anywhere from 8 to 10.
So I was looking at your cover photo, and you don't list your host name. You just say, welcome to the mega party and click here. Is there a reason why?
Well, I have it in the title.
The title of the Facebook group set up. Okay. Oh, she's frozen.
Christine, are you, I forget what those things are called, but are you letting everybody know exactly what the sales are? Because I saw, what are those things
The
called?
host, like the goal, the thermometer.
Yeah, the thermometer. Thank you.
That was my question.
The outlet. It was the outlet, probably. Let's see here. I talk about the outlet orders. Was that on? That was on.
I think she's talking about your host sales, your thermometer.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Actually, that's from Christy.
Particularly,
That's from Christy. Christy made those.
Okay.
I still use them. I love them.
So let's see that.
For the mega party, well, I used to do this for my single parties, but now, with these mega parties, everybody can see everybody going on. So how are you showing?
So, all right, let me get in there. Actually, I just wanted to show you the outline there, but
some of them aren't going to make it, and you're just like, well, I hate to show that this one's got $67 and this one's got $1,500. You're like, okay.
So, yeah. So in a mega party, what I've decided to do is I'm combining the ticket tally in a mega party on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday night. So let me show you what I mean by that.
Okay.
You'll have to excuse me because I'm going to have to scroll down because it won't let me show you in the all group photos.
Okay.
Let me just get down here.
When you're done, I still want to see that thermometer post.
Sure. Do you still use them, Christy?
I don't know where we lost Christy. She was
We lost her.
I thought I was not muted, but I'm muted. No, I don't.
No, you don't? I love them.
Which post?
I have people always asking me, like, other consultants are like, oh, can I get them? How'd you make that? And I'm like, no, they're from Christy.
Yeah. I don't even have them in my Canva anymore.
No?
No.
All right. So let me see here. So here we go. Oh, that's the wrong
Okay,
one.
so you're still posting a ticket tally.
I do tickets. I know, I'm old
It's
school.
okay,
here.
it works for you, but that's fine. I just didn't know with mega parties how you're doing that.
All right, here we go. So here's the mega party. So here is the post for their ticket tally. I got running ticket tally, who our winners be at the end. There will be one winner in each host party. I give them the time that I'm posting it, and I'll tell them if it doesn't include any certain post or whatever. So this is basically everyone from both parties that are in this mega party, okay? And I do that on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. And then on Thursday, what I do is I break them out. So I will take the people from the one party and only post their tickets in a ticket tally for that group. So here's one. Running ticket tally for Kimberly Nash's party. And I tag the host, and then I'll let them know who will be the winner at the end, check it out, yada, yada. And then I have all those people in that host party with their tickets. This obviously was the host that had 0 sales. And then I also like to do, I will just kind of, in the beginning of the week, I just give them the ticket information on how to earn the tickets. By midweek, I give them the prizes that I'm going to be offering. Okay. So not only do I give them the tickets, how to earn it, but then they also find out what the prizes are going to be. And then on Thursday is when I start using the thermometer. I'll start letting them to see how far away their host is, where their host is exactly, to give them my idea. Because come Friday, I was kind of waiting on doing that. And what I was noticing is I was giving that information out too late, I thought. It was just, by the time they were getting it, like Double Friday was over, they weren't reaching it, they weren't getting it. So this time I actually posted on Thursday night now. And I'll let them know if they have no sales or they're not at 200, I will just post the party meter thermometer, letting them know what will happen. But if they actually are over 200, I will post that thermometer for that party level. Like here, he was already at a $500 party come Thursday. So then what I did was in my ticket tally, I just put up here, Anthony is $70 away from the next level of rewards.
Okay, but for your host that had $0,
I put that in there also. So here, let me show you.
Yeah.
There was one. See, like this was my host, Anthony. He made this up himself.
Oh, that's great. I hope he signs.
He wants to. It's just bad timing right now. Let me find the one with the other host. Here we go. Okay. So this one, she had no sales. I gave the thermometer, but it was the party one that talked about it.
Okay. Can you expand that? Okay, thank you. So I can read it.
So this is our party meters. The party sales grow. The numbers will turn red. The higher they climb, the more rewards our hosts will receive. How many rewards can we get our hosts?
All right, so it's a nice way of saying our host doesn't have anything yet. Okay.
Pretty much, because there's nothing red. I actually had a host one time said, you know, where are the red numbers?
Well, when you get some sales, you'll have some.
So, yeah, so I mean, sometimes it'll stir on competition. Mm-hmm. You know, other times, you know, you get the mute people. So it all depends on your host.
Up with how many people they have in the party, like for this $0 host, you know, like you can look at it and go, she only got 10 people. I mean, so are you looking at that part of it?
I am. I do look in there in the beginning to see, you know, as they're adding people. I've had hosts go till like Saturday morning with still not adding people. And I tell them, I'm like, you know what, you really need to add your people. And I've actually canceled a party because a person still did not add people as of Sunday night. And at that time, I said to them, I'm sorry, we can't do a party. You haven't added anyone, so we're going to need to reschedule. I kind of took your lead on that one, Amy, because I was getting fed up because, you know, by Sunday, you know, people should be in there. There should be at least 20 or more people in there participating, interacting. And if you haven't even added your people, then you know what? This shows me that you don't even care. So.
Or it's just not your week.
Yeah.
And that's okay. Yeah.
Okay, do we have any other question? Anyone else has more questions for Christine? I do, somebody else. Amy has more questions, so she probably has the questions you're all thinking.
That's
So
right.
go ahead, Ms.
So how do you get your host to invite? Do you just ask them to add people, or do you have the personal message thing? Which do you prefer?
I will send them a Facebook message letting them know that here's their party group. It's ready to go. I need you to start adding your people between now and Saturday. And let them know that, invite everybody. We want to be having at least 100. I will also reiterate this in the host group.
Yeah.
So I'll show them the video on how to add people, how to send reminders. I'll make them a moderator. When I make them a moderator, I will put that, I'll send a message to them and say, I've made you a moderator. Now you can go in members and start sending reminders.
Yeah.
Whether they do it or not is up to them. I'm doing it though. I will go in there and I will do 5 to 7 a day.
You will do, okay, you'll just click the little reminder dots? Okay.
I will go in, I will go under members and I will literally do 5 to 7. I won't do more than that, only because Facebook has been blocking us when we do more of an activity within a short time frame. So, I'll only do so if I've got 5 parties running and I've got a mega party and other singles, I'll literally do 5 people a day. But I'll do it I'll start doing it from, we'll say Saturday to Tuesday.
Okay. So something I picked up last week, you guys, I was talking to Love Carpenter, and you know how you'll go into your members and you can see which host has got which guest? Well, if you have your host personal message the link and those guests join, it does not show who invited them. It just shows the guests. So that's why, I never asked my host to do that to begin with. I just asked them to start dumping people in there. But one of the benefits of that is if they just click the notification to join, it is showing which host they belong to. So you will not see which guest belongs with which host if they just click the party group link. Does that make sense?
They have to join.
Yeah, I did not know that.
But I think the workaround of that is if you hover over it just to see who the mutual friend is. It's just going to be probably a little bit more work. A little bit more work, yeah.
It doesn't work, Jamie.
It doesn't?
Now let me show you. I tried that also. So if you go to members in the group, if you're in the party group, you go to members. So here, these are the actual members who've joined.
Mm-hmm.
So you're going to see added by Kimberly, added by Anthony. But if you go to the invited list, you're going to see nothing. It's just basically going to give them whatever. But if you put if you put your mouse over that, it does not tell who their mutual friend is. It doesn't tell you anything about them.
I know why, Christine. You have to switch to be your personal account. Because right now you're through your business account, so it's only going to show if they're a member of your page. But if you toggle over to your personal account, now it'll show your mutual friends.
Oh, thank you, Kim. I didn't know that. That was wonderful. Thank you.
And then the other workaround is just click on their profile.
Yeah.
It's
easier just to be on your personal account.
Right.
But
All right, I just did
that
that.
only works if they don't have their friends list blocked.
Well, right, but very few people do that I've come across.
Yeah, very few. Yeah, I've noticed that too.
So I just changed myself to interact as myself. I'm under members. I'm under the invited. Now I'm putting my mouse over there and it's still not telling me any mutual friends.
Okay, then you might have to visit their profile page.
Yeah.
So it's an extra step, but usually there's not that many people. And because I do both, Amy, I have them add people, but I also have them send the link.
Yes.
And I usually have a handful of people who just joined through the link rather than her adding them. So.
Right. Go ahead.
You could probably do an interactive post for each host if it's in a mega party. So friends of Susie Q, do something for each host, which kind of would help you differentiate. For 10 tickets, how do you know Sue? For 10 tickets,
you know, what do you love about Mary? I mean, just different things that would kind of get people to that, help us to cut down on clicks.
Yeah.
I wonder if we should have the host post that.
Mhm.
I think if we have the host post an interactive, and I don't know what that post would be, but you know, if on Sunday night you just say, hey, host this interactive game, who, you know,
Mhm.
who knows what we should say there? What should that post say?
Are you getting them to message the people under the invited list? Is that what you're talking about?
That's what what I do is after they've
So-
invited their 150, then we end up with like 400 or 500 people on the invited but not joined. That's when I have them go and pick 40 people to message, just copy paste message. Don't
I got
click on the 3 dots. I want them to click on their person and send that message in the box. And when I get the people joined that way and they come into the members, I can't tell. I have to hover, I have to do the couple clicks to see who their mutual friend is. Oh, it belongs to so-and-so host. But that's why I kind of like having them go through and dump the 150 in, because if they're clicking on the notification, then I can see which host they clicked, which it brings in their friend, their host. So anyway.
I just want to share, I haven't done a mega party in a while, but the last time I did one, to avoid some of that, I actually did a drawing for my hosts, and they just had to give me a list of who they invited.
Yep.
So they had to provide me with their business, so I didn't have to go through and check all that.
Good
It
idea.
also helped me know who was more invested in the party, who was willing to take the time to do that.
Yeah, and I just made a new roll call post last night. I'll be glad to share in the group, but it says, you know, this is a mega party, or, you know, something about we have multiple hosts in this party. Tell us who your host is and how you know them. And then I have like one other question. And so speaking of roll calls, I know I saw on yours, Christine, that you had like 4 or 5 questions, like, you know, how do you know your host, or, you know, where you're from, your favorite pampered chef item, and what's on your wish list. What I've started doing was separating those, so I'll have like more interaction, because sometimes people will just answer one of the questions, and then I'm like, well, so are you familiar with pampered chef, or do you have a favorite product in that? So I've like split it up, so I'll have more like specific to talk about them. So have you done it both ways, or do you get people to actually answer more than 1 or 2 of the questions?
I do. And you have to remember, Facebook has changed it now where you've got to have more than 5 words. So if you're just asking them how you know your host, they'll say, you know, oh, my sister, my coworker. If you say, where are you from? Yeah, New York.
Gotcha.
You know,
Okay.
So
Makes
let
perfect
me,
Wait,
so let
what's
me,
the 5 words? I think I missed that. What do you
I
mean?
haven't heard about this either. What is it?
Facebook algorithm, for it to count as a comment now, it has to have like 4 or 5 words or something. I know.
so like,
The time I listen.
She'll listen.
so this is the post for the host. So like you'll say I'm from Indiana, originally Florida, whatever. I work with so-and-so. And then they'll say, you know, what's on their wish list, or what the food chopper is one of my favorites. You know, I've known so-and-so.
Okay.
Some of them go quite extensive. Some of them go like a whole paragraph.
Wow. Okay.
Don't
Good.
give me-
I might change that up next.
So that's
next
real good
group of parties.
engagement.
Yeah.
So
So just in posting a GIF and a comment doesn't even count as a comment anymore.
not necessarily.
And how would that work with the game with the name, the food, or whatever, with the last letter? They're only commenting 1 word.
Well, that one I'm not really looking to get the benefit of Facebook algorithm. I'm basically just getting the fact that the post is being constantly brought to the top and constantly being seen, so that other people who aren't participating are getting that notification or seeing it at least. That's my goal for that one.
And I think to Christine, like, because it's later in the party, she's already done those other ones that have created the engagement early on. So I think that helps it, because, oh, we've already been engaged in this party, so now we're showing more. That's my thought about it.
No, it's true, because you want to give them you want to give them a lot of fun stuff in the beginning, so that they're interacting and you're getting the people in there. And then this way, it's also showing other people that other people are interacting, even though they may not be. So then usually by mid to end week, you've got these new people. I can't tell you, sometimes I'll have Friday come along and I'll have like new people join the party. And I'm like, oh my God, I got like 5 names to my list now because these people have joined in now. But it's because of all the interaction through the week that they're seeing.
All right, good. Other questions?
I do.
Amy?
Got one more question. On your bookings, are you messaging your host also sometime that week and asking them to book parties behind the scenes? Are you doing that separately?
I'm not private messaging them, no. I am putting that in the host group though.
Okay.
And I'll tag them. Like if I notice that certain hosts aren't seeing my post in the host group, then I'll start tagging them.
Okay.
Or I'll message them if they're not getting if they're not getting the message somewhere along the line.
Okay.
Well, thanks, Christine. That was really helpful. Okay, so we're going to have Amy go through her host packet, and then we'll watch the video.
Okay. Show the cute stamp. Cute stamp. There's a cute stamp. Jamie gave it to me. All right, so this is just basically what Jennifer Henderson does. So I always send 2 books now. I was only sending 1, and I think I was just being stingy, so I send 2 books. And so the host is going to have one to mark up, and then she's going to have one to pass around because there's usually somebody in her life that's like, I need to see a book. I just don't do computers. And then I put 2 copies of the form, and I don't use the ones from home office. I just have a bunch printed at Office Depot, Office Max, and this host packet still needs that.
Amy, what was that last thing you said you put in? I missed it.
2 outside order forms, and I just download them from the Consultants Corner and just send them over to Office Max, Office Depot, because I don't buy order forms through the company anymore. So, and so if they just discard them, that's totally fine. I always put some information about the business, and I always handwrite a note on here that says, so-and-so, this could be your launch party. Have you thought about making, some extra income? And actually what I do is I handwrite a little guilt letter. So I think I've talked about this before. And I will paperclip the guilt letter information about the business to the top of one of the catalogs. So when they pull it out, it's like, oh, there's a thank you note, and look, there's information about the business, and here's my catalog. And then I also just, I still like paper, I just do. And so this is something I also send over to Office Max, Office Depot. I just get the double-sided, host special for November, and then the guest special for the month or whatever. And guys, I'm just going to run my November special into December because I'm going to cut off my parties mid-December anyways. So my hosts are all going to have November-based parties, so they're going to get 60% off 2 things, So that's what I'm going to do for December. And and then I put a pack of enrichables in here. And when I put the enrichables on there, I'll take a Sharpie note and just say, let's add some of this to one of your favorite dishes. Let me know how you like it. So I'm hoping to get some enrichable subscriptions that way. So I've just been putting either kale and fiber or pea protein in there. So that's what
That's a great idea. That's a great idea.
Because y'all, I like the stuff, but I eat a lot of vegetables, so I really don't use the kale and fiber as much. I like the pea protein, but I figure if I'm paying for the subscription, I might as well send them out and try to get some folks. And I did I haven't sold a subscription, but one of my hosts, she did buy one of the bulk packages to try. So it might turn into a subscription, but anyways.
Good. Amy, can I ask you a question?
Sure.
The outside order forms, are you doing them month specific, or are you just doing the blank ones and printing them in bulk?
Just the generic and printing them in bulk.
Okay.
Amy, did you say you send 1 pack each of enrichables or just 1?
Just 1, whatever I grab. It's usually the kale and fiber. We all need more fiber in our lives, right?
Okay, any more questions?
These are these your virtual party post packs?
They are. And then Christina, or Marsha, excuse me, what I also do is I send an enrichable with my cooking show packets as well. I send a binder like Jen Skinner does for her cooking shows. I've done that for a couple of years because I'll get the binder back when I do their cooking show. So it's just a host binder with some information, and then I add the one of the packets. But this is just specifically for my virtual parties.
So how far ahead are they booked? Because I don't book them far enough in advance to send all that.
And the virtual, okay, so these virtual parties are I send them out 2 weeks in advance. So this round of parties that I'm sending out today, they start Saturday the 30th.
Okay,
we'll
I
go out
never
to-
have anything booked out that far, so
So
I don't know. I haven't been sending anything because they're usually like within a couple of days, so I just haven't sent anything.
So a tip for you about that, I have a video on my team page under the units, because a lot of consultants, they'll be wanting to book their first virtual parties to begin with. So I have a video on how to create a digital host packet so they can send it in a Facebook message. So I have a video on my team page, and I show them where to go get the host and guest specials. They can add them as an attachment, where to get the outside order form. So I do it through Loom, and they're watching my page or my screen. And then I show them how to get the interactive catalog link, because they don't even know that's out there on their personal website. So they can send a digital host packet to their host right away. And then when the materials come in, if they want to send something, they can. So I show them how to do that. And I can post that video if you guys want to see that.
That'd be great.
That too. Okay.
So I think, Jennifer, I was asking me the same question almost. Your shipping, how much does that cost for that packet that you just showed us?
I think it's like less than $250, because it's not 13 ounces. So,
Yeah.
So it's not.
I used to do priority mail, and then I went to the $250, $270 packet deal. But then I started running into an issue with a handful of hosts where they weren't getting the host packet. Like they weren't getting it at all, or it was so delayed. It was actually days after the party had started.
Yeah.
Have you run into issues like that? Or?
But, I start my parties on a Saturday like you do. So I want them to get their packet 2 weeks out. So by if I mail them today, I'll touch base with them towards the end of the week, and I'll be like, did you get your packet? So I just have that, just know to do that. It's part of my routine. And if they're like, no, I haven't gotten it, I'm like, okay, well, let me know. But I really haven't had a consistent problem with it.
Okay.
So
Maybe it's just Florida.
Maybe.
You're slower in Florida.
Maybe.
It's Florida. I'll just blame it on Florida.
But you guys still find that your virtual hosts still want paper? I mean, I still have found that my virtual hosts still like a catalog. And I want them to have one, because the catalogs are good, for 4, 5, 6 months, depending. And I want them to be engaged in their upcoming parties, but also they could be booking some parties too if they happen to have their book around. So I don't think it's a bad thing to give them a catalog.
No, my virtual people love paper. They always ask me, where's my host packet? When am I getting it? Where's the catalogs?
Yeah, exactly.
That's great. Good.
All right, any other questions on that? Okay.
I don't have a question, but I did want to share that so I make up a whole bunch of these, my little host letter that I send to my host. And here it's all already written out.
And you just photocopy it?
I do. Okay. So I use a pen that's kind of like felt tip pen.
Yeah.
And so I leave a space at the top so I can write my host name, and then I can fill in the dates of their party, and it looks like I hand wrote it.
I like that. Yeah, because I can handwriting it takes time.
So I don't ever have to sit and write them out to other people. And you could even do that with your little handwritten notes that you write, and put multiples on a page and just cut them out.
Okay.
Good idea.
Let's see your pen. What pen are you using?
Yeah.
What's your pen?
The important stuff, Christy.
We need a link.
Okay, so this pen, I don't know, can you see it?
Yes.
It's one of those gel pens.
Oh, it's like
The Sharpie pens work too, not the markers, but the
Sharpie pens work perfectly. And then I have another one, but apparently someone has stolen it. But it's a felt tip pen, and it works fabulously. You can't tell the difference at all in whether I wrote it earlier and what I wrote just now.
All right.
It's cool.
Oh,
Thank you.
that's great. Thanks.
All right. Any other questions? All right. Hold on. I'm going to get the video for us. Talk amongst yourselves. Well, why don't somebody start leading who's going to be our next person?
Great. Who wants to lead next week with your pate? I think this is so helpful.
So what's our topic for next week?
We want to see somebody else's party.
Yeah,
What's that?
I think seeing someone else's party like we saw yours today.
Mm-hmm.
So what's everybody doing because of Thanksgiving next week? Like, I have been so busy with live parties, I haven't booked any virtual parties. So now it's Monday and I don't have any for this week, and I don't want to start any to run over Thanksgiving. So what's everybody going to do?
I actually have
Like me. I'm sorry, I couldn't hear.
I actually have 3 going on Thanksgiving week.
Okay.
I just got a text from one of my team asking that because she and a couple others are close to the cover product level. She asked if we could put together a mega party starting Saturday.
I do a mystery host party over Thanksgiving weekend.
Am I correct that as directors, we're going to find out the Black Friday and Cyber Monday stuff today and everybody else is tomorrow, or is everybody finding out tomorrow?
I think it's tomorrow. Everybody.
Tomorrow, but
That's what I originally thought, and then I thought I read somewhere that we were finding out today, but part of what I do next week is going to depend on that, because we're still having our team training on Monday night, even though it's Thanksgiving week, to keep the momentum so they don't totally bust out the end of the month or the beginning of December.
we need to bring up the 1 hour virtual party too, because I think that.
Yes, so over the summer, some of you remember, I think that I did I tested a 1 hour virtual party. I was showing that to Donna, so I'll be glad to share a little more about that and how that worked. I basically sent a customer connection email, and like everybody that I gathered other than just one small post on Facebook was in there from there. And gosh, I got over 100 people that voluntarily click to join. That might be good, like if you've got concerns that you could qualify for 50 points, or just for telethon this month. So
Can you mute yourself?
what's that?
Christine, can you mute yourself?
Hold on.
Okay.
Okay, now we can hear.
But with that, like I had a ton of people join. I think about 60 emails came in and it was mostly people that are like, oh, I don't have Facebook, or I'm out of town, just tell me they couldn't participate. But it gave me the opportunity to engage with them. And it ended up being over $650 party, but I lost about $200 to my website, because it was when I had first started linking the business page back to the party, and my button said, click here to shop, or, shop here. But it was fine because it was just my party. So it potentially was, $850, $900 party that I had. And it was just a 1 hour thing.
So how did you approach people to join? Because I find when I host stuff myself, people don't want to order. They don't want to, I don't know. They want what's in it for them. So
I just sent the customer connection email, and seriously, like everybody just joined from there. And it was, I'll put the link out there today if you guys want to. And yeah, I think a lot of you did join it before, but you can, just check it out. But the orders came in great. And I did like tips for a pre-party for 2 days, and then tips leading up to the day of, and it was during the summer. So Jen, remember the post that you had about how to pack a cooler? Like it was shortly after that. So I used that, and it was just nothing product related. And then from 8:30 to 9, I posted 3 minutes apart, like the products that I wanted to feature. And then from 9 to 9:30, like I went live using some of those products, and they loved it. And I had tons of people watching live. There were a lot of people, because I built it up. It was just like, hey, make sure you're ready at 9 o'clock. So
Jamie, you have that link from that one that we can go in and look at, or you're doing another one that you're gonna?
No, I may do another one. We just started talking about that last night, but I'll share the link. But I may very well do one, to get my December. And I always get bookings. Like if I do a mystery host, in-home or virtual, or something similar to to this, like I get the bookings that I want, because I'm just in front of my friends without begging them otherwise. You know what I mean? They're like, oh my gosh, that's right, this is so much fun. So, but I'll add it, and then I'll even Heather, will you forward that email to me again that I sent as a customer connection email? I'll post that in there so you can just kind of like take it, and if you want to use that as a customer connection, you can do too.
Oh, what is everyone doing for after the guaranteed shipping date? Are you still doing virtual parties that week?
In December?
Yeah, in December.
I haven't thought past December 1st.
Anyone else?
I think I'm going to just try to do like some live things, like a meal prep kind of things here, and take a break from virtual a little bit.
But how are you telling, like if you have something, like they're not going to guarantee Christmas delivery. So what are you saying to people to get them to still purchase?
I'll probably just start on January.
Or that's the time to find who your friends are that don't celebrate, like your Jehovah's Witnesses. Man, those would be good people.
Yeah, they are. They don't care if it's back by a certain day.
I mean,
right. Okay, we ready?
You gotta know your target.
What's our target? Y'all see my screen?
Can't hear it.
Donna, did you click the button for the volume to go correctly on it?
She's just very soft-spoken. You guys are going to have to lean in.
Nobody can hear it. They're posting that they can't hear it.
Account that is doing the posting, it is your secondary account, whatever you're using for that. So a lot of consultants and directors are having an issue right now. So what I've instructed them to do is
That's better.
Do you want me to start over?
Facebook account, or if you have a spouse that has an account, or an assistant that works for you that has a Facebook account, you can actually make an admin on your Facebook business page, and you can have unlimited admins on your Facebook business page. So what that means is that if someone's an admin on your page, they can go in and post on your behalf, and it shows up like it's your business account doing the posting. So some of you might already know that, some of you might not know that, but definitely make sure you have multiple admins on your business page so that you can post through different accounts. The other thing is if you use Post My Party, which some of you do, some of you can share, but I use Post My Party, so I know it works with Post My Party. You can actually unlink your original Facebook account that you do everything through, and you can post through a secondary account, whether it's your spouse or your assistant or you have a secondary account. You can actually post as Post My Party through that second account through your business page. So it looks like it is your business page is posting, but it's not your private And so, what the system will look like at Facebook, what I'm kind of giving them rules because they'll go do it regardless. And so I tell them ahead of time, well, here's some rules. If you make a second account for yourself, if you make a third account, if you make this account for yourself, do not have anything whatsoever that can be linked back to your primary account. So don't even use similar names at all. Like, don't have your first and your last name anywhere in the name. Like, maybe use your first name and your middle name, or your first name with your middle name with the PC at the end. Like, it cannot have any direct correlation to another account at all, including photos, because Facebook has facial recognition. And so if you have a photo that looks like you and you're using it as profile, Facebook will notice from facial recognition that that is probably a similar account. So the second rule when creating a duplicate account is to like put some sunglasses on, put a hat on, use paper jet logo. I don't know if you can do that. But take your image, put that for the profile photo, like nothing even close to similar to your original primary account. And no crossover phone numbers, no crossover emails, nothing whatsoever relates to the original account. So that has helped them so that before they just go off and do it and then get blocked and flagged on all the accounts, such as how we'll put a guideline as to what to make a second account. So I thought I would share those are a few things that help us as far as adding additional admins to your business page, posting through those other admin accounts, from the parties, weighing love, for like 7 to 10 days once you release, so like lift whatever flag is on your account. And then if you make a secondary account, make sure that there's no crossover whatsoever. So there's no way that Facebook can know that the two accounts are related. Those are a few things that have helped us. I will share one last tip too, is and I've been using June as well, but when we had that weigh-in of June, I was freaking out. And then we got a early bye, and then we had this happen, right? So a lot of my new consultants who are doing 4 to 7 parties a week are getting them jail. And so how I have done with fire is basically telling them that is bad. And then this is a wave, it's not normal. We had one similar wave in June, and it was fine. We just broke the wave until we figured out and had a design. So like, hang with me, ride the wave, here's the tips to try, it's the work for them, and just diffusing it, letting them know it's just a spike. And I'm basically saying it's because this is Facebook updates. Which I don't know if that's true, but I can help them think that it probably is true because I know Instagram made updates. So I'm just saying, hey, they made some updates. It's just like a small challenge for us. And I just got to find the wave. And they're like, okay, that's cool. Thanks for the tips. I'm good. I have had one director that has had 4 accounts blocked, and she's been in jail for like 3 weeks. And I am trying to figure out why. But aside from her, everyone else has seemed to weather the storm and is riding the wave, as I've suggested. Another strategy that I always think when we have things like this come up is I don't even bring attention to it on any of my team pages, which some people might not think that that's the best strategy, but it's good for us. Like, if I pay attention to something, it tends to make it a bigger deal than it is. Yes, it's nice to acknowledge things that are happening sometimes, but it's also nice to not call attention to something that doesn't need more attention, because then people start to comment and then the wildfire grows, and then it's more to diffuse. And so instead, when things have come up, it's usually people messaging me directly with my personal team members or directors, and that's when I diffuse and deal with fire, as opposed to even talking about it on my team pages, because they seem to figure out what it is. Make it big deal. They post about it. I mean, posts like that are just sharing directly with other things and different issues. They figure out and so that's all of my strategy with this stuff when it comes up as far as like what to say on team pages and how to handle it that way. It seems to not make a big deal. When I don't make a big deal of it, then it's not a big deal. So I hope that helps. I'm sorry, I'm kind of not in my workout, but I was just like, I want to share because it's like it's like Kristen. This is different tips to share. So I hope that helps, and we'll just ride the way. We'll ride the way until we get to the other side. All right, guys. Bye.
Okay, so sorry about the volume issue. I'm glad we took a minute to start over. I hope that that was some helpful tips. And all good? All right, who's next week? I was busy.
Are we gonna be able to hear that video, because it was still hard to piece it together? So unless somebody
Still
wants,
couldn't hear it the second time?
Sounded like Charlie Brown's mom.
I couldn't hear it.
It was
I
still
don't
pretty
really know what
difficult.
it-
See if we can do the mobile thing where we can save it and then share it. Let's try that.
Yeah, it's hard.
or if somebody can just summarize it real quick.
Yeah.
It might come up clearer on
Marsha,
the
you don't get to
recording.
talk if you're not on audio.
Oh, sorry.
Donna,
Yeah.
what if you have it where after the meeting you play it and you're using Bloom and you record it? And
Thank
then
you, Heather.
post it and see if that will work.
So
You're so
smart.
smart. We'll do that for everyone. We'll put that on. Okay, good.
But it's
Thanks,
good.
Heather.
It's good information.
All right, so who's our volunteer for next week? Guess we won't need to have a call if we don't have a volunteer.
We don't
Not
even.
me. I already went.
You did, Christina.
You did
Thank you.
great.
We appreciate that. That was wonderful.
Done.
I mean, I can go, but I still do individual parties, so.
Yes, okay, that's great. It's all right. We just basically want to see what you're doing in your parties, and thank you for volunteering.
Linda, I do single parties still too. The outline that I showed you is the same exact outline I use in a mega party and in an individual party. So it doesn't matter.
I'm still having a lot of success, so.
Good.
Yeah.
All right, that's all we
That's
need
what
to
we
hear.
wanna know.
All right, Linda,
We
well,
wanna
thank you. We will
see.
see you next Monday, and we'll go ahead and record that and put it back in the group. Thanks, everyone.
Anna?
Good day. Yes, ma'am.
Marcia found what I was talking about, that we are getting an email as directors today with a sneak peek to the Black Friday and Cyber Monday before they release it to the consultants tomorrow.
Awesome. Great.
So everybody watch your emails. Thanks, Marcia.
Thanks, guys.
You're welcome.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.